back out on my BMX today, and since it's been so long since I've been riding this thing, I feel like I'm a beginner again, and I'm starting to remember some of the thoughts that I had when I was a beginner, and some of the things that kept me up at night. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that used to keep me up at night when I was buying my first BMX, and then of course after I bought my first BMX, some of the things that, you know, I was worried about after going in online forums. And we're going to talk about high-10 steel versus chromoly first. And I was really concerned that I needed to get a full chromoly bike. And this one's not full chromoly. It's got a rear triangle that's high-10 steel. So of course when I got it, I was very, very concerned that, oh, I was going to bend that or I was going to break that. And the fork, it's high-10 steel, and as well as the bars. So those three things really worried me. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna bend my fork, or I'm gonna bend my rear triangle on this. Well, after a year and a bit of riding, I did quit for a while because I had an injury, but you know, I haven't bent a thing on this bike. Broken, dented, it's been dropped, it's been, you know, thrown around a bit, so pretty tough. So high-10 steel is probably okay for your first bike, especially if it's from a good company like We the People or Fit Bike Co. You know, you get a decent bike from one of those brands that's high-10 steel. You're not going to have any problems with it if you're a beginner, anyway. Right. So the next thing that really worried me was single wall rims. Oh, it's got single wall rims. I'm gonna bend the rim or whatever. Well, with these big 2.4-inch tires on this bike, pumped up to 65 psi, you know, I don't think you're gonna have any problems with your rims either. Looking at a BMX, it's your first BMX, you're like, oh no, it has single wall rims. I wouldn't worry about it. You know, I'm 200 pounds. I'm not 165 or 135 pounds here, so single wall rims on this bike are just fine. And the last thing that really worried me when I bought this bike was the top tube size. I read so many different charting on, oh, am I tall enough or am I too tall for this bike? You know, because I live in a town that sells, you know, mostly mountain bikes, so the few BMXs that they had were 20-inch top tube BMXs. So I bought a 20-inch top tube BMX and then got home, and you know, you read the forums and your size chart, and you're like, damn, I'm too tall for this bike. And for the longest time, I felt like I was just too big for this bike. I was gonna sell it. I was gonna buy a bike with a 21-inch top tube. And you know what? I rode it, and now this bike feels so good to me. It doesn't feel small at all. The bars, I don't know if you've ridden a modern BMX, but the bars are as wide as what's on your mountain bike if you ride a mountain bike. Nice big wide bars. So, I mean, the top tube length really isn't mattering at all to me. It doesn't matter at all to me. So, you know, those are some things that, believe it or not, kept me up at night online, you know, taking a look. Oh, real quick, another one, hub guards. I was so concerned, oh, do I need hub guards? Oh, I don't have hub guards. I haven't even put the pegs on, so why worry about hub guards? Watch some videos on how to make your own homemade hub guards. You know, it's crazy. So, BMX is a lot simpler than that. Go buy your bike and ride it. That's what I found. I rip around on this thing, you know. It's not as easy as it looks. Those guys that are really good at riding this, I mean, it's like riding a skateboard. If you've ever ridden a skateboard, you know, you push the skateboard around, tick-tock around, you know, do a few manuals, maybe ollie it, but you know, you start kick flipping or, you know, doing anything crazy, it starts to get hard. So BMX is the same thing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about my BMX today. So I hope you guys liked my video, and sorry for rambling on like that, but had to be said. And have a nice day.